They are right. You can't just have just one. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So, I was thinking, as I try to do at least once a week, I was thinking about creating a new segment on here. And I think I'm going to call the segment Chalaki Thoughts. We have all my reviews that I do. We have Chalaki News, which is I'm still doing. I just haven't time to do a recent one yet. Ooh, child. In my home life, my personal life, a mess. And speaking of that, I think that's one reason why I want to create another segment called Chalaki News. Called Chalaki Thoughts. Because that way, me having a segment called Chalaki Thoughts, that's just going to be me just talking to y'all. Now, it could coincide with the whole Chalaki News, because sometimes it's something that's on my mind, and it just so happened to be, in the entertainment world, then I'm going to talk about it. But it's not necessarily going to be like, me going in details about it. I'm just going to be giving strictly my opinions on things, if that's the case. But mostly my Chalaki Thoughts is just going to be me sitting here talking to y'all, maybe asking y'all for some advice, or just talking about, life things or whatever. Just whenever I feel the need to do it, I would like to do so. So, yes, welcome to Chalaki Thoughts, darling. The first episode, first segment, first installment, whatever you want to call it. And today, I just strictly, mainly, want to talk about the Queen's Court. With, y'all know, the Queen's Court, child, with the girls. And everything that's been going down with T.S. Madison, Kaya, Michelle Brown, Little Mo, Shakana, and now New York, Tiffany Pollard, Gio. This is the whole family, child. Everybody, bitch. Oh, Kia, a mess. Okay, where do I want to start? Okay. As talented as Kaya is, and we can all agree that Kaya is extremely talented. I personally don't understand her. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. But it's not for me to understand her, obviously, is it? But I just really don't understand her motives. How you think it's okay to come at a person, but you expect for them not to defend themselves and not to say anything back. And now she's on this whole bully campaign, like she's been bullied. She's being bullied by the gay community and LGBT community and all that stuff. And I'm just like, how, Kaya? Kaya, you don't strike me as the kind of person that can be bullied. And on top of that, on top of everything, you know what? Scratch that. Anybody can be bullied, no matter how big and bad they claim they are. Anybody can be bullied. But you obviously know this is not the case, sis, and people are looking at you like you're crazy. You felt however you felt. I wasn't there. None of us was there in the whole situation. We don't know exactly what went on, but you felt how you felt, and you decided to block Maddie on all social media platforms. And then on top of that, once you blocked her, you went on your own platform and started bagging her and ragging her every single week, talking crap about her. And did you not expect for that still to get back to Maddie, even though you blocked her, sis? I don't understand I don't understand how you can sit and call somebody your sus, your sister, and this and that, and you know, basically saying out of your own mouth that you grew up around gay people, and for you still to harbor and have the thoughts that you have. It's very weird and very interesting to me. It's like two different. I would think she was a Gemini or something, but she's actually a Scorpio, which, you know, y'all know Scorpios, chap. Y'all are into zodiac signs and all that. Yeah, crazy boots. So it's just very, you know, I just don't understand it. And now we have the whole, and just with her calling Maddie all kinds of crazy names, and Mandy Man whore, and all this other kind of stuff, and you know, talk about her being transgender and all this. It's just like, well, I don't understand how you can sit beside a person so many weeks and you despise them, because the way that she was talking is if she despises Madison. And then this whole ATLian thing, Michelle Brown. Who is this woman? Like, the only reason I knew of Michelle Brown is through the whole Funky Dineva thing that happened. Other than that, I've never seen this lady. And I'm just like, why are you involving yourself in this, ma'am? Who sent for you? Like, why can't you just sit back and chill out and give your opinions on it, like after everything is unfolded, but don't involve yourself personally into it, like the rest of us? Like, what gave you that right to jump in? And then she's instantly calling T.S. Madison all kinds of things, and y'all already know how they feel about the LGBT community. You know, it's scammers and messy and fake and drama filled and whoop to whoop. But y'all still need us to make y'all look pretty, rub y'all feet, take y'all shopping, you know, put your makeup on and all this other kind of shit. Do your hair. You love us if we're doing a service for you, if we're doing something for you. But other than that, you know, you don't really care for the kids. You don't really march with the girls, you know. It's very interesting. Not all women or whatever, but some people in general, men included. So I just didn't understand that. I've watched so many videos. I watched ATLian when they was sitting down at the it was at some club. Now Kai is going to be having the gag order at a club now, because apparently her Instagram has been shut down or whatever. And she's completely blaming Madison for that. And, you know, I wouldn't, who knows? You know, not saying that Maddie did that or not. I don't damn know. But it could be anybody, Kaya. It don't necessarily have to be T.S. Madison to shut your Instagram down, child. It could be God himself, darling. Because you ain't right. You can't do people and treat people any kind of way, expect for good things to happen to you, sis. Expect for you to prosper. That's just not how life works. Eventually, that shit is going to catch back up to you. And when it hits, it's going to hit like a tornado. So, I don't know. But anyway, they were sitting on the couch, ATL and Kaya, and two other women, and they was just talking crap and saying all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, Lord. Because, you know, Madison is a Libra, like I am. And some lady in the background was talking, and Kai was just like, oh, y'all Libra's a mess, because she just had the experience with Madison. And then she was just like, oh, well, that's the lady in the background, oh, well, that's a boy, I'm a girl. And why are y'all being so, like, what is all that for? No matter, if you're upset with a person, if you have issues with a person, talk about their qualities as a person. Don't talk about that. Like, come on, child. That's like the minute you get mad at somebody and you talk about their mama who's dead, and you know they dead, and because you've been cool with them that long, and you knew the mama, and you went to the funeral and all that. It's just like, why do you hit so low so below the belt. It's just like, that's so unnecessary. I understand when you get mad and when you get hot, you say all kinds of stuff. But Kaya instantly went there, as if she's always thought this way about transgender people or gay people or whatever. In the meantime, you still have gays rubbing oil on your ankles and doing your hair and fixing your wigs and all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, child, just a mess. Just a mess. And Kaya is so talented. And Kaya is so funny. Like, naturally, she is. I could never take anybody's talents or anything away from them. If you are good at what you do, if you're talented, then that's what it is. But it's just so unfortunate that her talent don't match her personality. Don't match the person that she is and her views on a lot of things. Like, that's so unfortunate. If it did, Kaya would be on the top of the world. Maybe not on the top of the world. She'll be up there, is what I'm trying to say. She'll be more successful than what she is. But she's comfortable being in her own little bubble and not making, connections and moving up, so to speak, career-wise. Because if she was to move up, she would have to change a lot about herself. She wouldn't be allowed to say certain things or do certain things, which is why she don't want to move up, because she just wants to do things her own self, her own way. And which I get that part too. But sis, if you ever want to be, the kind of artist that you deserve to be, sis, then you're gonna have to make, some sacrifices in that. But she's not willing to do that. Part of me understands that, but part of me think that's absolutely crazy, because who don't want to elevate and be more in this world? It's a scary place to go, but you can still do what you want to do. But once you get up there and once you be at the top to the point where you're not working for anybody, then you can do what you want to do and create your own lane and get back to that whole Kaya shit, But yeah, I just went on a whole little tangent, child. Y'all know what I'm saying. It is just crazy. It just really is. But I don't understand how you say all this crazy stuff, but you expect for nobody to come at you or say a thing or to have any kind of backlash. And she want Maddie to stop talking about it. She want Maddie to stop. You stop talking about it. You started it. And then you keep doing videos. I remember a recent video that she did where she had the yellow wrap on her head. And she was like, yeah, I know where you stay at. I know where your mama stay at. I wouldn't do that and all this kind of stuff. It's getting really ugly. It really, really is. And Atlanta is not a big city at all. It's a decent sized city, but compared to other cities, it's not big at all. And then in Atlanta, especially in the gay scene, everybody know each other. I know a good bit of queens in Atlanta. And I'm not even in Atlanta. My aunt is, though. One of my mom's sisters. Anyway. But it's just, it is crazy. It's really crazy. Now, the Queen's Court was 319. It was when she was coming back, Madison. She was like, oh, we'll resume, whoop to whoop, yada to the yada. So I was like, yes, I can't wait for the Queen's Court to come back. So the Queen's Court came back, and the two guests, now it's called the Queen's Supreme Court, excuse me. And she got a whole new song with it and everything. We was all excited, happy to see Madison. Because she don't give up. She's resilient. She's a Libra. She's about her money. And she keeps going. And she lives and walks and breathes in a happy, positive light. And just try to, be positive and see the brighter side of things and whoop to whoop. I get all that. So we see Maddie. And then we see Little Mo and Shekinah. Now, I love me some Shekinah Joe. I love Shekinah. I've been loving Shekinah since we saw her on TV with Tiny. I remember it was one episode of, I think it was when Shekinah and Tiny had their own show together. But anyway, they was riding on a bike. They was in a park. And Tiny was in the front and Shekinah was in the back. And somehow Tiny got her foot caught on the bike. And so they was flying down the hill, child, and she couldn't stop. And Tiny was like pushed down because she was trying to get herself up, but she couldn't get up. Her leg or a pants leg or something was caught. And Shekinah talking about, Tamika, get up. Tamika, get up. And Tamika couldn't go nowhere. Funny as shit. Hilarious. Just naturally funny. I love people just naturally funny. And Shekinah is. But the only thing I was thinking the whole time about Shekinah being on there, this was before I saw it, that before I watched it in its entirety, that I'm just like, well, Escape is off limits, Monica's off limits, Reginae them off limits. So, you know, because Shekinah Joe is friends with everybody, pretty much, especially if Atlanta based, like all the people I named, she's not going to say certain things about her friends. So I'm just like, that's, you know, as entertaining as she was and as great as she was and funny, hilarious throughout the whole thing, I laughed. It's certain things she's not going to say because, you know, these folks are friends. Like in real life. Then we get to Lil Mo. Yeah, I've expressed to y'all on this channel, I have not cared for Cynthia Little Mo since R&B Divas LA. I just felt like she was the instructor at the I Hate Shantae Moore College, and it just wasn't. I just couldn't take it. There's many things about her that kind of turned me off. But that's equally a very talented woman, songwriter, singer. Lil Mo's very talented, very talented. So when I saw Lil Mo on there, I was just like, why? That was just very weird to have Lil Mo on there. Shekinah having a big personality like Shekinah on there, that made sense. But Lil Mo is a big personality on TV, but in real life, she's really not. And we saw that, you know, there. She was very mute on a lot of things. You know, she laughed and, you know, she had a lot of things to say up underneath her breath, but you could tell she didn't want to discuss a lot. And then when Madison started talking about Love and Hip Hop, she became mute because Little Mo is a part of Love and Hip Hop. See, the whole time when she had them on there, I was thinking that, you know, these two people have close relationships with a lot of people, and so they're gonna give very politically correct type of answers when it comes to certain things that's going on with them. So I was just like, why, you know? But I think everybody agreed that they liked Shekinah being on there more than Lil Mo. So since then, something happened where Shekinah came to the club where Kaya was at, because Kaya and I guess Michelle Brown gonna be hosting Gag Order Live at whatever club they're gonna be at, and it's like a VIP exclusive to it better be exclusive and heavy security share. But so she's having that, and anyway, Shekinah showed up at the club, and apparently, according to Shekinah, because Shekinah and T.S. Madison did a live on Instagram, and Shekinah said Kaya did like this, like for her to sit beside her. And Shekinah was just like, nah, dog, because Kaya had talked about Shekinah in the past, and you know, all that. And so they was going back and forth, T.S. Madison and Shekinah, about the whole thing, and it's just a mess. I think Shekinah said she wanted to come back to the Queen's Court to discuss the whole thing. And which I think that would be good for, like, us. Just in terms of, you know, having some shit to talk about. Or, you know, just to, like, clear the air and explain the whole thing. But on a real life sense, that's not good. Because it's just going to get more and more ugly. And, you know, God forbid something crazy was to happen where somebody was to physically actually get hurt. So I don't think... I think if Shekinah was to come back to the Queen's Court, I would like to see Shekinah come back because I like her personally. But I think if she was to come back to the Queen's Court, they just should just let the whole Kaya situation go and just don't even speak on her, don't even talk about her. Even though whenever Kaya feels like it, she throws shots. She'll mention something tranny this. She might want to mention Maddie's name, but obviously what she's referencing from. She ain't slick. So yeah, that's how I feel about that whole thing. But I'm glad. Hopefully, Lil Mo don't come back. Hopefully. But we get to this week. Fast forward. Child and the one and only HBIC New York was on there. Tiffany Pollard. Now I've been saying for the longest. I don't know if I told y'all, but I've told my friends that in my opinion, the only person that could fill Kaya's shoes is somebody like New York. For a couple of different reasons. New York is a big name. In terms of under the umbrella that we're speaking about. She's been on reality TV. She's the queen of reality TV. You can't take that away from her. She has a big personality, huge. And on top of everything, she's funny. And she don't have a personal relationship with a lot of people that's discussed on Queen's Court. So she would be perfect to just say whatever she wanted to say and give her opinion. But obviously nobody's going to be as reckless and as potty mouth as Akaya would be. But New York is the next. She's right there with Kaya. She would bring ratings. Because she's just out there and open and free and just don't care. So when Madison brought New York out. First of all, Madison looked absolutely gorgeous. She looks stunning, Madison, with New York. And when she brought New York out from beginning to end, it was entertainment. It was amazing. I think that's her match, New York. Now, I watched some of the live on YouTube where they were talking. They have the live after show where they take phone calls and stuff. And New York said she's really busy, but she's really, really willing to work this thing out and do it with T.S. Madison. And I think that's great. I didn't even know that T.S. Madison was doing this whole auditioning thing for the Queen's Court at first. Because I just thought that Shekinah and Lil Mo was just going to be the permanent judges until I found out she was like, no, she's, like auditioning people. I guess giving us the opportunity to pick who we want to pick. We want New York. Maddie, we want New York. We definitely want New York. And so, it was hilarious. One thing I will say, though, a few things. New York's hair was awful. I don't know what the hell she was trying to give, but her hair was awful. What's one more thing? When it got to, they answered a few of the phone calls, like 2 or 3, actually on the show. And New York was slightly rude to some of the folks. But it was kind of like left field. You could tell the people that was in there with Madison in New York, they was just kind of like, it was dead silent for a few moments because she was slightly like rude when the callers would call in, and she would just say little smart stuff. So she need to check up on that because there's no need to give that moment, child. But other than that, it was a great show. It was hilarious. And you could tell that New York really, really loves Madison and really respects her. She was loving on her the entire time and vice versa. It was amazing. And I can already tell with New York, even if there was to fall out, she would not go the whole route of, misgendering Madison and, just trying to talk about her like a dog in that, kind of way, call her man and all that kind of stuff. I don't even think she would go that low if they wasn't, to work out with this whole thing. But hopefully it does. I'm here for peace. I'm here for joy. I'm here for laughs and fun and, something that would take me out of my own situation. Something where I can escape. I think that's what we all watch the Queen's Court for, and we watch it for the culture. We watch it for the shits and giggles. We love Queen's Court, and just shouts out to T.S. Madison and New York and the whole thing. And you know what? Shouts out to Kaya too, because underneath all that shit that Kaya gives, I feel like she's just a broken bird. She's just a broken record. Tamar Braxton. I think she's been through a whole lot in her life, which was made what makes her act the way that she does. But it's just like, sis, when you have people out here that's just really just trying to help you and work with you and just be there for you, you need to kind of give in and accept it. It's just nothing but love, sis. That's all it is. And but Kaya's gonna be fine in her own lane. She's gonna be fine because she's been doing this for years. And she's gonna be all right. You can't take that talent away from her. You want to take that mouth away from her sometimes, that tongue, but you can't take the talent away from her. So it's just kind of unfortunate though, because I feel like her like diehard fans. Now I'll still bump her music at the club. Child, if a song come on, I'm fucking it up straight up. But what I was gonna say is, I think that it's unfortunate how I feel like diehard Kaya fans are homophobic. And that's what's fucked up about it. That's really messed up. And that whole little club appearance is just gonna be nothing but Maddie haters. Every 5 minutes, somebody gonna get up and say something about transgender, or something about Maddie, or something about gay people. It's just gonna be. It's a reality show. I just want black people to prosper and to do better, and for us to be on the top. But we would never be on the top because we don't stick together, because we divide each other still based on how you look, based on complexion, based on money, based on where you stay at, based on sexual orientation. And so, we'll get there one day. Not sure when, but one day maybe. Alright. Well, with that said, that's pretty much all I want to talk about on Chalaki Thoughts, y'all. I'll have these Chalaki Thoughts sparingly, whenever I feel like, talking about something besides my normal stuff like reviews and Chalaki news. Then I'll come on here and just discuss with y'all, and we can, chat it up and everything. Alright? With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld, Instagram, and Twitter. At ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King was here on Facebook and all that good stuff. Chase King on Facebook, child. It used to be Chase King was here, but somebody didn't like what I said apparently, and they what did they do? They didn't block me. That's all they had to do was just block me. They reported the kids. So yes, whatever. I'm moving on up, child. Not like Kaya, but like Maddie. They starting to get mad. Bye, y'all.